En Vogue was one of the most powerful and iconic groups of the late 80s and early 90s. Man, they were some beautiful, beautiful women with Terry Ellis, Cindy Herron, Rhonda Bennett, Dawn Robinson. It was just, these women were the epitome of beauty. We talking about world tours, millions and millions and millions of records sold worldwide. Y'all remember the song they came on with them tight dresses on? They were singing, "My loving, you're never gonna get it. Don't go, free your mind. What a man!" And they sold over 20 million records worldwide, right? They also amassed over 30 million streams and 26 million YouTube views for the top 6 hit singles, right? They've had successful tours all around the world. They won all kinds of Grammys, and just they was these women were so beautiful. Every man wanted these women. When you saw these women come on the stage, especially Dawn Robinson and Terry Ellis. Oh my God, right? But now we're getting news and hearing that Dawn Robinson, former member of the group, because she ended up leaving the group, has been homeless and living in her car for 3 years. We've heard the horror stories about these record labels and how these record labels have taken advantage of artists, stolen their money, taking their publishing, all kinds of different things that go on with these artists. Now, I don't know if she wrote songs and maybe should be expecting publishing or whatever, but what we do know is En Vogue, in my era, during my time, En Vogue was that group. En Vogue was the real deal. But now she's homeless. She's living in her car, and she's coming out now telling the world, or telling anybody that will have an ear to hear to listen, that she's been homeless and living in her car for 3 years. This is what she's saying.
For the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me. So I was just trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. You can't read someone else's mind. You can't figure them out. They got to figure themselves out. So I was like, let me get out of here. I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA because it's getting ready to be fire in Vegas. You need to come back. I love LA, so I said, okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. But you have a dog, I have a dog. And he's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys. I was like, no, this is unacceptable, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there. And so I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I'm like, dude, I'm the one who has to live here. This is my remote for my phone. You can push play and pause and all that stuff. So that's why I'm holding this. Anyway, and it's way cheaper than the hotel. I told my assistant one day, I have been researching car life. There's a whole community of people that live in their cars, and a whole community of people that live in their RVs, and a whole community of people that live in vans. Van life, car life, RV life. And I loved what I was seeing. I just thought, wow, these people, I can do that. I can do this, I think. And I ended up in my car, and it's been, like I said, 3 years.
Now, a lot of people were saying, hey, we got to get out there and we got to help Dawn. Dawn is in need. She's in need right now of our help. And we should be out there helping Dawn in these trying times, right? And there's also people that's coming out and saying, wait a minute, like, she's been homeless all this time. She hasn't, she's not for 2 weeks, not for a month, 6 months. She's been out there for 3 years. There's obviously something going on that we don't know about, that's not being talked about, right? Where's her family? I mean, 3 years, and now she's out there saying that she's embracing this, which I don't believe at all. I think there's definitely some mental health issues going on here, right? A lot of artists started to speak out and voice their opinion. People on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, everybody was voicing their concerns about this. But one person that really spoke out and said something was Jermaine Dupri. And he went online and he said this.
It was her choice to be in the car. I saw somebody send a message and say, Jermaine, Monica, all of y'all, can y'all put some money together to help Dawn out? From my understanding, for her to speak on it the way she spoke on it, she was basically saying that she saw other people living in their vans, living in RVs, and she welcomed the idea of doing this. Somebody said her choice or limited options. Having an assistant is not something that you should even think about if you don't have no money, right? And I'm bringing this up because Dawn, when she was telling the story in her car today about her living in her car for the last 3 years, she said, I was telling my assistant. And when she said that, I said, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It changed my whole vibe of what I was watching because ain't no goddamn way she got an assistant. And she ain't got no money. You know what I mean? Ain't no way. Yeah, Mr. Watson, when you ain't got no money and you out here just doing what you got to do, you do it by yourself.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You moving around by yourself. Ain't nobody getting ready to sit up under you and just kick it for nothing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it might be some people that will stick there for a little bit, but 3 years? She said she been in her car for 3 years. Ain't no 3 years of an assistant staying around and ain't getting no money. If you ain't got no money, how they gonna help you? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money to pay them.
Yeah.
It don't even make sense, right? It don't make sense. So I'm just trying to make sure everybody pays attention to the whole scope of this story because that's what I heard, and that made me think, wait a minute. She got an assistant. I don't know if she broke. She might not have all the money that she want in the world, but she definitely is not broke saying she got an assistant.
Yeah, nah.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, a lot of people was upset with Jermaine Dupri's assessment of it, but I wasn't, right? When listening to her speak, she spoke about her mom, right? We know that she's had relationships collapse with Denzel Foster, En Vogue's former producer, her manager, her mother, Raphael Sadiq. I mean, in all these cases, she says it's everybody else's fault but hers, but I'm looking at her as the common denominator, right? She talked about her mom. Like, I didn't hear her when she was speaking take any personal accountability for anything. Maybe her decision makings, maybe the way she dealt with things, right? Everything is everybody else's fault. And right there, that's a red flag to let me know that there has to be some form of mental health issues. We know that she left the group, right? The original members are still there. Was there anything going on with her with the other members where she's leaving the group? All these failed relationships, her failed relationship with her mom, then ultimately her ending up in the car homeless. Like, if you see this woman doing, right, back in the day, oh my God, right? That's how good she looked, especially in that tight dress up there singing and all this kind of stuff. This woman that men just would salivate over, right? And you see these failed relationships, and then you see her in a car, you know it's something wrong, right? I'm hearing a lot of women online embracing, well, she's independent. She's choosing to do this. No, she's not. She's calling out for help. That's why she did the video. That's why we're talking about it right now, because she don't want to be homeless no more. She's calling out for help. And I know, like I said, I know these record labels be doing artists dirty, doing them wrong. And I'm not in this YouTube gender war space, where a man can't do no wrong, or the women can't do no wrong. No, I call it straight down the middle like it is, man. And I see something is going on with this woman, and she definitely needs some help. She definitely needs some help. Money ain't gonna rescue her. I'm detecting mental health issues that she has going on that needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be dealt with right away. Right? Her living in her car, because this is just, we don't know about the horror stories. If you've been living outside in your car for 3 years, I'm guarantee you she done been through some horror stories. There's some stuff that she done been through that we don't know about. There's no way in the world you're gonna convince me otherwise. No, because it don't work that way, right? Just because she's a star and somebody that we all took a liking to, something's wrong, and Sister Dawn needs some help, man. And I hope that she allows herself to get the help she needs, and people, somebody will come out and watch it, man. Listen, oh man, so I don't know, man. Let's see, her stepdad couldn't, man. Listen. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm going to cut this video short here, man. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till next time. Peace.